Hello my dear students, I welcome you all for a physics lecture. So in today's video, we will deal the concept that is the Malus law. So see here, when a beam of light polarized by a reflection at one plane surface is allowed to fall on the second plane surface at the polarizing angle, the intensity of the reflected light from the second plane surface varies the angle between the plane of the two surfaces. So here diagram is there, we'll see. So here, when a beam of light polarized by a reflection, here we are taking this as a A and this as a B and this point as a P and origin O and a theta. So this OB, when a beam of light that can be polarized by a reflection at a one plane surface is allowed to fall on a second plane surface at a polarizing angle. The intensity of the reflected light from the second plane surface varies the angle between the plane of the two surfaces. Here what we are doing means we are incidenting a light. First refraction or incidence of OB will taking place. After that what happened? Reflection will be taking place here. After the reflection what we are getting? Here we are getting the angle theta. So that angle we can call this as a what? Angle between the plane of the two surfaces or the polarizing angle. Got it? Here we are getting angle theta. That theta is a polarizing angle or the angle between the plane of the two surfaces. Next here. In the Biot's polariscope, it was found that the intensity of the reflected light from the second plane surface is a maximum when the two planes are parallel. So here the given conditions. So when the two planes are parallel means the intensity is a maximum. That's it. Next here. And the intensity is 0 when the two planes are perpendicular. When the two planes are perpendicular means here the intensity is a 0. So it having the maximum intensity in a reflected side, not in transmitted side. Okay, whatever the reflection is taking place and we are getting the polarizing angle, that having the what? Maximum intensity. Why? Because their two planes are in a parallel condition. When it will be or intensity will be 0 means when the perpendicular condition of a two planes will be takes place. Okay, next here, the same is true for the twice transmitted beam from the polarizer and the analyzer. So this can be same for the twice or two times transmitted beam for the polarizer as well as the analyzer. Okay, so this is the explanation of the Malus law. Next we'll move to the definition of the Malus law. So see here. So in definition we can concentrate on this indication I is directly proportional to cos square theta. So see here the Malus law states that the intensity of the polarized light transmitted through the analyzer. So here I is nothing but the intensity of the polarized light transmitted through the analyzer. Okay, that is the I. Next here, varies as the square of cosine means cos square. It varies as the square of the cosine and next here the indication of theta, square of the cosine of the angle between the plane of transmission of the analyzer to the plane of the polarizer. So we know that the theta is the angle between the two planes. That is the what? A plane of analyzer and a plane of a polarizer. So theta is here nothing but the angle between the what? A plane of polarizer and the plane of analyzer. Got it? So I is directly proportional to cos square theta. That is the what? The definition of the Malus law. What is the I? I is nothing but here intensity of the polarized light transmitted through the analyzer. Varies as what? Cos square theta. So cos square theta means square of the cosine and the angle between the plane of analyzer and the plane of polarizer. Okay, we can write this as I is directly proportional to cos square theta. Next here the two reflecting planes are represented as a polarizer and a analyzer. Whatever the two planes are there, we can call this as one polarizer and another one is analyzer. Okay. Next here, the proof of the law is based on the fact. Next, the proof of the law they given here. So see here, the proof of the law is based on the fact that any polarized vibration may be resolved into two rectangular components. Okay, whatever the here vibration, polarized vibration will taking place, that can be resolved into two components. Okay, which type of two rectangular components? So see here, first one is it is parallel to the plane of transmission of the analyzer. That is the first component. Second one is perpendicular to the plane of transmission. Okay, whatever the plane vibration is taking place in a Malus law, that can be resolved into this type of a two rectangular component. Okay, we'll move to the next here. Let OP equal to A. So we have to draw here the diagram for the explanation of the Malus law. Okay. So this is the A and this is the B. And we can write this origin as a O and this point as a P. Next here we are getting what? Angle theta. So we can write this as a cos theta and this is as a B sin theta. Okay. So see here. Let OP be the amplitude of the vibration transmitted or reflected by the polarizer. So here what is the OP? OP is nothing but what? Amplitude. Amplitude for what? Amplitude of vibration transmitted or reflected by the what? Polarizer. And next theta. What is the theta? It is nothing but angle between the plane of the polarizer and the analyzer. So here we are taking angle as well as the amplitude, A and the theta and their explanation. Next here, again the resolve OP into two components. Already we know that whatever the vibration is taking place in that can be resolved into two rectangular components. Again by the diagram they given here. So here in OP the vibration is taking place which can be resolved into this one component and this one component. So A cos theta along, so here A cos theta along OA and B sin theta along OB. So we are getting the vibration of the two components. Next here, only the A cos theta component is transmitted through the analyzer. Okay, here by the reflection whatever we are getting, that one component A cos theta, that is only the transmitted through the analyzer. Okay. So we'll move to the next here. Therefore, we can write the intensity of the transmitted through the analyzer. We are writing whatever the transmitted analyzer is there, their intensity I is equal to A cos theta whole square. Or A cos theta whole square we can write A square cos square theta. Okay. Next what we are substituting? So here A square we are taking as a I naught. Okay, A square is nothing but a I naught we are taking. So what is the I naught? So here where I naught is the intensity of the incident polarized light. Okay, I naught is what? Intensity of incident polarized light. Next here, I equal to I naught cos square theta. And that's why again we are substituting this I naught value in this equation. We are getting I equal to I naught into cos square theta. So we can obey our Malus law definition. What is the Malus law indication or the definition? I is directly proportional to cos square theta. Next, in this equation we are substituting the theta value as a theta equal to 0 and theta equal to 90 degree. So let's see here, where theta equal to 0. What happened? That time the two planes are parallel. Okay. Already we know that when parallel condition intensity is maximum. So that's why parallel we are substituting theta equal to 0. Why we are substituting theta equal to 0? Because their intensity is maximum. So in this equation theta equal to 0 we are substituting. So cos 0 is equal to 1. So here we are substituting cos 0 equal to 1 and I equal to I naught into 1. So what we are getting? We are getting I equal to I naught. Okay, by substituting theta equal to 0, we are getting I equal to I naught. Next here, where theta equal to pi by 2 means the two planes are right angles to each other. Right angles to each other means perpendicular. So we know that theta equal to 90 degree. So cos 90 means we are getting 0. Again in this equation we are substituting cos pi by 2 means cos 90 is 0. We are getting I equal to 0. So this is our conclusion. What is our conclusion? When two planes are parallel, our intensity is maximum. But when two planes are perpendicular, our intensity is 0. Okay, this completes the Mal's law. Okay, thank you.